It's a very unusual show, and when it opened on Broadway, I mean, I wasn't in it. You know, it was the a British cast that they brought in from Toronto, I think, and the critics didn't like it at all. And you know, most producers would pull out, you know, but Bill Kenwright, who is from Liverpool, and the show is a Liverpool show, of course, he dug his heels in and said, "No, I'm not going to close. I'm going to recast it, and I'm going to turn this into a hit." And that's what he did. And he cast me, and he cast David Cassidy. And then this wonderful coup he managed to pull off, you know, of casting David's half-brother. And it was incredible. And then we turned it into a hit on Broadway, which was great. And then we took it on the road all over the United States. And it's a very unusual show for the Americans to see because it's, you know, it's not glamorous or anything like that, but they absolutely loved it.
Sunset Boulevard as well, of course, and we're a big fan here, I have to tell you, of Finian's Rainbow. And how are things in Glockenmora, by the way?
Oh, not too bad. It's funny, I met up with Quincy Jones the other day. We were doing a show at the Hollywood Bowl, and he came in and he hugged me and he said, "Hey, sister, how are things in Glockenmora?" And that's because he did the orchestration for me for the makeup tests for Finian's Rainbow. I think it's a very charming movie, you know.
It is. You're absolutely right. And of course, an opportunity to work with legendary Fred Astaire.
Yeah, and Francis Coppola.
Absolutely. In France, I think, and you know more about the French than most, but they really appreciate an artist who makes a big effort to sing in their language. And you've done that, of course.
Well, yeah. I mean, when I first went there, I couldn't speak a word of French. I mean, I couldn't even say hello. You know, I mean, your bonjour was very good. I mean, I wouldn't have dared to try that when I first went to France. So my first records in French were done phonetically. You know, I was faking it, and I think they kind of liked the sound it was making. You know, it was this accent, which of course I can't hear. I mean, we find foreign accents, most of them, quite attractive, I suppose, and I guess the same works the other way around. The great thing, of course, when you become a star in France, and I didn't realize it until it happened to me, is that you become a star in Morocco, Algeria, Switzerland, the Ivory Coast, and I sang in all those places. You know, so it wasn't just an amazing career thing, which was happened quite by accident. But you know, I found myself learning so much. You know, working in these countries that I would never have dreamed of going to before.